finally done talking about the DCU and DC movies until I have to re-review Aquaman, so I can finally just take a nice, relaxing break and talk about something different on my channel. Wait, what's that? Okay, grab it. Yellow? Wait, what? DC decided to release trailers for upcoming movies? Great, right when I thought I was done talking about DC for a while. Fine. Okay, well, that's just my luck. DC decided to release some more trailers for their upcoming movies. Let's see what the damage is.
15 minutes later.
Hello, everyone, and in case you don't know, DC decided to have this thing called DC Fandome, where they would release trailers for their upcoming movies and video games, but we're not going to talk about the video games, we're going to be talking about the trailers for the movies. Now, how I'm going to do this is that I'm going to talk about each trailer by what I could say for it. Like, for example, I'll go start with the movie I have the least to say, and then slowly work my way up to the movies I have the most to say about. Does that make any sense?
No, I don't think so.
But anyway, let's start with the first one that I'm going to talk about because it's the one I have the least to say, Black Adam. Now, I am somewhat interested in this movie because, for one, it is pretty cool that we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing Black Adam. In fact, please, DC, Warner Brothers, make a deal with Disney that will allow you to have your welcome in this movie. Please, that's all I ask since you have The Rock in your film. But still, now from the trailer, we mostly just get these panels of Black Adam's origin story, of how he was a slave and he wanted to, try and save his people, but he did it in the not superhero way, from what we've been told. And yeah, it does look pretty interesting. My only issue is that I feel like Black Adam should have been introduced in Shazam 2 instead, because in the first Shazam, they do reference him as how he was the last champion and he used his powers for evil. So that would have been really interesting if in the sequel we got to see Billy encounter Black Adam and fight him. I think that would have been really good, but still, for what we've got, it was a pretty decent trailer, and I'll definitely see this movie in theaters. So, the next movie I'm going to talk about is Wonder Woman 1984. This movie looks pretty good. I like the look of the movie. It looks like the 80s, and I'll fully admit we do get some pretty cool action in this trailer, like we see Wonder Woman using the lasso of truth to swing across bolts of lightning like Spider-Man. I'm like, that's awesome. I can't wait to see that in the movie. And we also get to see the design of the villain, Cheetah. She looks decent, and I am sorry if the image is a bit blurry. That's because as soon as they showed the design, for the entire design, they cut away to black, so I'm really sorry. The design looks okay in my opinion. I'll fully admit it did give me some flashbacks to the designs of the cats in Cats, but unlike Cats, this looks semi-decent and doesn't look like an abomination against nature. So, yeah. I'm still wondering, how is Steve Trevor still alive? Because at the end of the first movie, he blew himself to Kingdom Come. Seriously, there was no way out of that plane, and he's still alive in this movie. Maybe it's an illusion, I don't know, but still, I am interested in seeing this movie, if it's going to be released to theaters, but you know what, it does look pretty cool, and I can't wait to see it. So, next up on the list is easily my second most anticipated movie out of these 5, that being The Suicide Squad. Now, for the most part, we just got to see a roll call of the squad with some new characters, one of them being played by John Cena. So, first we had Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and now John Cena. Any other wrestlers you're going to bring into the DCU, Warner Brothers, but still I am pretty excited for that part. And also behind the scenes stuff. And from what I've been shown, it looks really good. In fact, James Gunn, the director, even said this is his biggest film he's ever worked on. So that makes me think, oh, could this be as good as the Guardians of the Galaxy movies? Because I love Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and especially 2. So if this film manages to be just as good as those two, then I'll be really impressed. And one thing that I was going through my mind is, this film looks like what the first movie should have been instead of oh, let's just save the world from an evil person because why not? And also that person uses a portal in the sky because every other superhero movie has to do that cliche. But thankfully, from the looks of it, they're not doing that crap, which I am thankful for. And yeah, it does look pretty cool, what we've been shown so far. In fact, James Gunn even stated that some characters are gonna die, so don't get too attached to them. But I cannot wait for this movie next year. All I ask from you, James, is please give me a great movie in this cinematic universe, and please take all the time you need to make this film as amazing as ever. But still, let's move on to the last two movies. Alright, time to talk about the big one. The movie I'm pretty sure you're all wondering what I think of, the Snyder Cut trailer. Now, I'll fully admit, I'm not the biggest fan of Zack Snyder's work when it comes to making superhero movies. I liked Watchmen a lot. I thought Man of Steel was okay at best. It had a lot of stuff I liked, but it had a lot of stuff I disliked at the same time. And then Batman vs. Superman, which was easily the most disappointing movie I have ever seen. It was the first movie that made me walk out of it feeling disappointed. So, yeah. And now with this trailer, it looks decent, though I have this to ask. Since this movie is going to be what Zack Snyder originally planned for, which version of Justice League will be canon for the DCU? Will it be this movie, this version, I meant, or will it be the Joss Whedon version of the film that will be canon? Can one of you guys at Warner Brothers please clear that up for me? I'm just wondering, but still, from what we've been shown from the trailer, there are some stuff I do like. Like, for one, I do like how we are getting the origin scenes for some of the characters, like the scene with the Flash discovering he has super speed, and the scene where Cyborg is at the football game, because even when I first saw Justice League in theaters, I was like, wait, what happened to the scene where Cyborg was playing football, or the Flash discovering he had super speed? At least this new version is giving us those scenes. And also, the thing I liked the most about this trailer was that they played the Alleluia song from Shrek. You know that scene in Shrek where they play Alleluia? So when they play that song in this trailer, that's all I could think about, and I could not stop laughing on my first watch of the trailer. And, yeah. And then there's new design for Steppenwolf. He looks okay. I mean, he definitely looks a lot better than this. Ugh, it looks like a PlayStation 2 character. Who greenlighted this design? It's the original Sonic design, but for DC. It looks awful. Ugh. But still, am I the only one who's wondering what happened to his face? Because if you look closely, it looks like he has no eyes, or a mouth for that matter. And also, they show off Darkseid in this trailer, and I'm like, okay, he looks semi-decent. I do hope Darkseid isn't the final boss of this movie, because the problem is Darkseid is pretty much the DC equivalent of Thanos. So having the Justice League's first threat be Darkseid would just make other villains in future Justice League movies seem less intimidating, because after Darkseid, what could it be? But still, and now, in terms of other things I can say about the trailer, not much really. It looks decent. I am somewhat optimistic for this movie, even though I'm not a big fan of Zack Snyder's work. But Zack Snyder has stated that even if people don't have HBO Max, he will try to get this movie be released in some theaters for people who don't have it. So I can at least respect that. And yeah, I do hope this version is good, because yeah, the original version of Justice League was not very good. It was pretty much an Avengers clone. But yeah, only time will tell. Now we get to talk about my personal favorite one. So, after rewatching the Batman trailer multiple times, all I can say is this. I need it! Now, in case it wasn't obvious already, I am beyond excited for this movie. Out of these 5 films, I am the most excited for this one the most. It looks so dang good. But I have to get this out of the way real quick. Out of these 5 movies, this is the only one that it will not be a part of the DC Extended Universe. So, yeah. I am kind of mixed on that because, for one, if it was part of the DCU, then congratulations, Warner Brothers. You would have had your best film in the DCU. But on the other hand, I am at least grateful that Robert Pattinson, who so far looks pretty good from what we've been shown in the trailers, will not be forced to become this in a couple of years down the road.
Why did you say that name?
Dear God, that scene was stupid. Also, we can be thankful knowing that Jared Leto Joker will not be a part of this movie. Thank God! But still, in terms of stuff I love about this trailer, first off, I love the look of this film. It looks like a noir type movie, which I always want to see from a Batman film. And I especially love the fact that Riddler is the main villain of the movie, though unfortunately, this time around, he is not played by Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey decided to sign on for the next Sonic movie, but still. I do really like what they're going with for this origin for Batman from what we've been shown. And I do like how we see that Batman is really angry in this film. Like, he beats the ever-loving crap at one of the guys with skeletons face paint on him, and it is just so brutal but so awesome at the same time. It looks great. And I also love the bat suit. It reminds me a little bit of the Arkham bat suit from the Arkham games, and I love the design for that suit. And yeah, it's the same could be said for this suit. I love it. It looks so dang good. Robert Pattinson looks great in the role. I love how for most of the trailer he looks like he's all like, I am so pissed off. I'm going to beat up any criminal in my way. And it looks so awesome. Though I am wondering, what are they going to do for the Batmobile? Is it going to be like a regular car, or is it going to be the Batmobile? Because we didn't really get to see the entire Batmobile. We only got to see the back end of it in the trailer, but still. And also, there are going to be other villains in this movie, like Catwoman and Penguin. But still, I am at least excited for what the Riddler is going to do in this movie. And the Riddler writes in the movie, no more lies on every victim. So does that mean Riddler is going to expose Batman's identity? That'd be kind of cool. Though, please, Matt Reeves, for all that is good in the world, please do not have us rewatch the scene where Martha and Thomas Wayne get shot in the alley. We have seen that scene more times than Uncle Ben getting killed. We know it's going to happen, but still, just skip over that part. Please, we don't need to see it for the bajillionth time already. But still, I cannot wait for this movie. And like I shown earlier in that clip of SpongeBob, I need it now. It looks so good, but at the same time, I just hope Matt Reeves puts all the time he has to make this film near amazing. This is the first time in a while I've been excited for something that has to do with Batman. And yeah, I cannot wait. I hope it is fantastic. And yeah, so I'm wondering, where's Alfred in the trailer? Because we only hear his voice when he says, it seems to become a celebrity, Master Wayne. So where is he in this trailer? But yeah, it does look pretty cool. And once again, I am beyond excited. October 2021, here we go. And I am going to be there front row to see this movie in theaters. So with that being said, guys, what did you think of the trailers for the DC movies? Did you like them, or did you not like them? Leave your comments down below, and next time we meet, I will be giving my thoughts and stuff I want to see in the upcoming Sonic movie too.